Magneto versus Wolverine. Dr. Doom worked with Magneto and Crimson Dynamo on their latest plan to beat the superhero squad. The plan required a new invention. "The liquid metal injector is ready," exclaimed Dr. Doom. The villains had created a liquid metal. The injector filled things such as tires, balloons, and balls with the liquid instead of air. With the liquid metal inside, the objects became magnets, and Magneto could control them with his powers. "Not as impressive as a ninja battle robot," said Dr. Doom, "but if this plan works, Superhero City is ours." This just in. Superhero City and Villainville have announced a temporary truce. Magneto challenged Wolverine to a basketball game at the new Super Arena Dome. The winner gets to keep the new arena for his city. At Superhero Squad headquarters, Coach Nick Fury and Captain Wolverine picked their team. "You'll want Iron Man, Mr. Fantastic, Falcon, and Thor," said Nick Fury. Wolverine smirked and said, "What I really want is a fair game against Magneto." Then he added with a nod, "Those guys will do." The superheroes trained for the game. On the court, Thor threw a basketball high into the air with all his might. Iron Man blasted up after it. With a daring loop, he caught it behind his back and tossed it over to Falcon. Falcon then made the basket perfectly. Instead of practicing, Magneto and his team spent their time spying on the heroes. "These fools are wasting their time," Juggernaut laughed. "They don't stand a chance against Magneto's metal-charged basketballs." Game day arrived. On the court, Coach Nick Fury gathered the team around him for a pep talk. "The city is counting on you. The recipe for winning is strong and honest teamwork," he said. "Time to hero up," said Iron Man. Meanwhile, Magneto snickered to his team. "They won't know what hit them." "You better not show off too much," said Coach Dr. Doom. "If they figure out you are cheating, the plan will be ruined." "Nonsense. Nothing can go wrong," argued Magneto. "It's a cinch." Magneto controlled the basketball so well that he seemed unstoppable. The lazy villains threw the ball in any direction and it always bounced into the heroes' hoop. In no time, the heroes were losing 50-0. "We will crush you," shouted Crimson Dynamo. Mr. Fantastic did his best to steal back the basketball, but Magneto made the ball fly in circles around him and he quickly got tangled up in knots. Soon, all the heroes were feeling worn out. Iron Man got hold of the basketball and refused to let it go, but Magneto didn't care. He sent the ball spiraling into the hero's basket with Iron Man in tow. Iron Man got hung up in the hoop. "Looks like you've got ring around the collar," joked Abomination. "Something's not right. I've never been this clumsy before," Iron Man said with a sigh during a timeout. Wolverine growled and took a basketball from Thor. He examined it for a minute, sniffing around the outside. Suddenly, with a slash of his claws, he popped the ball open. Wolverine watched as green ooze formed around his claws. The liquid metal was gushing out of the deflated basketball for everyone to see. "You crooks," shouted Wolverine. "You've been cheating all along." "No wonder we are losing," cried Mr. Fantastic. Wolverine wasn't done. He sliced furiously through the extra basketballs until he'd released the liquid from every last one. Falcon took his own basketball out of his gym bag. "I think this one should be safe," he said, handing it to the referee. Magneto stomped his foot in anger. "Now it's time to show you how the game is really played," said Wolverine. When the next buzzer started the final quarter, Wolverine was unleashed. He leaped over the villains for a super slam dunk. Swoosh! Wolverine and his teammates cheered. Nick Fury yelled, "Keep it up, heroes! Every second counts!" Basket after basket, the heroes kept pushing until they were just 3 points behind the villains. The timer ticked down to the last second. Wolverine hurled the basketball out of Magneto's reach one last time. Swish! It went in. The heroes won the game fair and square. "You did it!" cheered Nick Fury. "The Super Arena Dome belongs to Superhero City." Iron Man, Thor, Nick Fury, and Mr. Fantastic lifted Wolverine up onto their shoulders. The crowd went wild. Wolverine smiled in triumph. "You won this game, heroes, but next time we'll choose a better sport," thundered Magneto. "You won't be undefeated for long." "Next time," exclaimed Wolverine, "we play hockey." Iron Man agreed and gave his friend a high five. And if your skates are as sharp as your claws, Wolverine, we can't lose.